Where Ben Shapiro's like, oh, the establishment fears your individualism. Oh, the army ad. Yeah. Is this it? Watch this quick. People like this aren't in the army. This dude, now this is someone who's like legitimately in the army. I mean, probably all these people are actually in the army, but like this is what army guys look like. I know a lot of army dudes. They don't look like this.
This is the story of a soldier who operates your nation's Patriot missile defense systems.
Get those Palestinians.
It begins in California, with a little girl raised by two moms.
Oh. Emma, ACAB, BLM.
Although I had a fairly typical childhood, took ballet, played violin, I also marched for equality.
You know all those girls who take violin and ballet and then march for equality?
I like to think I've been defending freedom from an early age.
Yeah, really, defending freedom, whether it's in the military, getting your legs blown off and being crippled for the rest of your life, or walking down a street with a sign. I mean, we all serve our country in different ways. You're defending your nation at all points of time when you're like Emma.
When I was 6 years old, one of my moms had an accident that left her paralyzed. Doctors said she might never walk again. But she tapped into my family's pride to get back on her feet, eventually standing at the altar to marry my other mom. With such powerful role models, I finished high school at the top of my class, and then attended UC Davis, where I joined a
UC Davis is not a good school. I got into UCLA and UC Berkeley, way better than Davis, and I'm telling you, that's not a good school, lady.
sorority
I didn't apply at Davis because I knew I'd get in.
full of other strong women. But as graduation approached, I began feeling like I'd been handed so much in life, a sorority girl stereotype. Sure, I'd spent my life around inspiring women, but what had I really achieved on my own?
Is this really what the army is trying to go for? Hey, is your life too mundane? I mean, really, to be fair, they were like, hey, do you have debt? We'll pay it off if you get your legs blown off in Afghanistan. Hey, you want to go to college? You want to afford college? Be an infantryman. Go die in the Middle East. Now it's like, hey, are you just bored? Are you bored of being a straight white woman?
One of my sorority sisters was studying abroad in Italy. Another was climbing Mount Everest. I needed my own adventures, my own challenge. And after meeting with an army recruiter, I found it. A way to prove my inner strength.
To be fair though, to play devil's advocate, the actual message of like finding within yourself something deeper than, materialism and doing something that is like greater than yourself, that is a good message. They just did it in a really terrible way. They did it in like, oh, are you raised by lesbian parents, took ballet, violin, and marched for equality, and now your friends are in Italy and Europe, and you're bored? Well, join the army. It's too bad they didn't say something like, they show some gamer or something, and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do in life, or someone who just graduated high school, they're like, oh, all my friends are working or in university, I don't know what I'm doing, and they're like, oh, why don't you have, the call of an adventure of a lifetime and join the military.
And maybe shatter some stereotypes along the way.
But to shatter stereotypes, like really? That's your purpose in life? What do you do? Oh, I shatter stereotypes for a living.
I'm U.S. Army Corporal Emma Malone Lord, and I answered my calling.
And there was some Chad dude who was like, oh, I grew up in the Bronx and I barely made my way through high school until I met an army recruiter who helped me get through, and he worked with me, and then I told him I'm joining the army so I can be a strong man like you, and that's how I got through college, and now I went to Harvard and I'm a doctor. And they're like, but are your parents gay? And he was like, well, no. And they're like, okay, get rid of him. I like this girl. This girl had gay parents. Let's watch the first result for this. Wanna know why
我们已
China's
经
gonna
习
win?
惯达到。
Wanna know why China's gonna win?
专利动员大会现在开始。
一声道
This is
是一句
inspiring.
承诺，
军
I
长同
really
志，
like China.
一
Yeah,
方前
inspiring.
准备完毕，请指示。什么？战！
Pride, unity,
一声道
testosterone,
是一种割舍，
uniformity, yes.
一声道是一次重塑
海。上、空中、陆上各作战机组已修订完善作战计划。
This is what it feels like. Explosions. Aren't you guys
一声道
This right here is what you need to show if you want young men who are going to fight your battles. This is what you have to show them if you want them to join your military.
是一场冲锋。
Bro, I'm ready to take over I'm ready to take over Tibet now. I'll be honest with you. I'm ready to invade Hong Kong.
我们用生命扛起使
This makes me want to join the American army. That's how good this ad is.
命。
It makes me want to join any military I can get into.
我们用忠诚筑起长城。
He's literally just saying Chong Chong, and I'm sold. You dude, you had me at Chong.
改革强军，征途如虹。
历史告诉我，改革创新与时俱进。
Now this, I love when leaders are like right out in the front lines. There's pictures of or videos of Assad doing this, videos of Putin doing this. That is amazing technique for recruitment.
使人民军队不断发展的
I like how Trump did that.
康庄大道。人民军队的
See, why can't we have military
不断
parades?
发展的康庄
Epic. Look how moralizing this must be for all these people. Look how freaking cool this looks. Look at all the people in the background here. They're so unified. It is like complete, it's like complete uniformity, complete solidarity. Even the leader is wearing their uniform. It's amazing. The optics of this is outstanding.
人民军队的力量
Why can't we have a leader do that?
来自改革创新，
This is so cool.
人民军队
Look
的
at
胜利
this.
来自改革创新。
祖国召唤，我必到。一声道，一声道。
This makes me want to make a real U.S. Army app. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see their soft commercial about children. This is probably their like diversity one. Has a lot of dislikes.
我是谁？
Who am I?
懂了吗？
I'm Jackie Chan.
我是母亲倚在门口牵不到的那只手。
I am the one mother something who came to the door.
车身非常复杂，已经在。
See, look at this. Appealing to family. Look, you have a family, a normal family. They miss you. Your daughter is hugging your wife. They're calling you. You're happy. This is what they're so smart. I mean, really, it should just be common sense. But the way that they're connecting to people. Look again. Your daughter's sleeping soundly. Your wife is next to her with a coffee and her book, and she's calling you with a smile on her face. I am the wife who is reluctant to hang up.
妻子舍不得挂掉的电话。
哎，你再讲会儿嘛。喂，老公，你什么时候回来啊？
我是儿子眼里
Stranger. Dude's not-
不敢靠近的陌生
Okay,
人。
that's kind of depressing.
我是亲人的牵挂与骄傲。
Bro, I have more respect for the Chinese army now.
我宣誓，听党指挥，听党
Is this made for Americans? Is that why it's all in English?
我身后是和平。
Why does China have to be communist? Why do they have to be commies?
我面前是战争。拿起钢枪，就要放下儿女情长，穿上军装，就要舍弃舒适安逸。征战疆场，男儿本色。
Man, look at that, the character of man.
从军报国，此生无悔。我是中国军人，我是人民子弟兵，我是美好生活的。
See, being a guardian of a good life, that is something worth dying for. You know what's not worth dying for? Free tuition. The GI Bill. That's not worth dying for. Right? And as America begins or continues to become more fractionalized and more diverse, frankly, there's not going to be a unitary thing that people can fight for. What are we fighting for? The Constitution? That's gone. What are we fighting for? Right? Our ancestors? They're all hated. Are we fighting for the legacy of George Washington? His statue gets pulled down. Same with Abraham Lincoln, same with everyone else. Are we fighting for our children? I don't even know if our kids are going to have a future in America.
守护者。